Well, hello. Welcome to Coffee with Joy. I'm your host, Joy. Wow. Can I just say this is season two as recap? I am so ever grateful for such a phenomenal show. We have such a great show for you today. So stay tuned after these messages as I recap some of my great parts of each show. And we're going to see, as well as some people have taken their time just to tell me thank you and to my team as well. So after these messages, we will return.
Our mission focuses on showcasing local and global talent of all ages on and off the field. We will strive to inspire, educate, and bridge the divides through our media collaboration. Our goal is to give student athletes and coaches the platform to let their talents be seen and a platform for the community to let their voices be heard. This is the Union Media Group.
Coffee with Joy. As you all know, this is our recap of season two. Well, of course, our story didn't start on YouTube and Facebook, it started on IG. Of course, I started way back a year ago. So now here we are, my season two. And as we move forward, I was wondering, like, wow, okay, we're going to start mid January. It was a little scared because you don't know the unknown. But as I was working on IG, I had two great guests who opened the year up in 2023. So after these two clips, you're going to watch these two clips to see how my two great guests, Brandy and Katrina, as they expose some great things as far as hairstyle as well as real getting your credit together. So here they are.
A huge one. The
Mhm.
other thing is like productivity, the
Mhm.
amount of time that it takes to do a service of that
Yeah.
caliber. Because I am a colorist, most of my clients, when I was doing it, I had to, color their hair, color the extensions, apply the extensions. Like it's a lot of work, and sometimes that
Mhm.
can be an all day thing.
But I'm telling you, once you start applying the principles and you start seeing the benefit of it, when you start
Right.
seeing that credit score start inching up, and when you start seeing that bank account start inching up, and when you start feeling good, you know, the stores always get you. You can save the extra 10% if you apply for this card. And in your mind, you're thinking, I ain't going to get it. Let's do it.
Everywhere.
So as y'all see, my two clips from starting of the year 2023. Granted, yes, we started in September of 2022, but we started the year with Katrina and Brandy. But now it's time to segue into YouTube and Facebook. It wasn't always grand, right? It was like I said, it was a little, you're charting on unknown territories, and it was scary. God blessed me with a team with Denise and Tony, and I was just so overjoyed. So here we are. We're ready to rock and roll, ready to get on YouTube. As much as I like to say I live a perfect life, that's not always the case. So, what you're going to see is some technical difficulties that we had along the way. And in mid flight, you had to learn as you go. So, bless Jariah and Raymond, who were my first two guests as we dealt with some technical issues. So, please watch. It wasn't always grand, but you will see.
Everywhere.
Okay.
TV shows, movies, commercials, the whole nine. I'm sending them out left and right. Email already jumping by the few, so We'll see. By God's grace. But
Amen.
I'm shooting for the stars. I'm going this way.
People actually could, okay, they can work with both, because again, when
Yeah.
people see, oh, he wants to be in the idea of being with grandparents, which isn't bad. It's just that now
Hmm.
when you look to say, hey, I can work with him now and see this. So now that I see you working with quite a few people, like how does that preparation taking place? I know sometimes it's definitely hard as you starting to work with people and you was just in
Yeah.
Cali and now you came back, how is that
Hmm.
all intertwined?
It's crazy because it all is like second nature because before I was even the grandparents, I was like heavily trying to get into the industry. So
There you have it, people. I know sometimes we don't want to share the scary side, but I want you all to see that part of our season, we didn't walk on just diamonds. There were some rough patches. We had to really learn as we go and really gel as a team. And really, I had to find my footing to make sure to understand, okay, how do I want my viewing to be vertical, horizontal? As you saw, there was words that was coming up behind after we both spoke. But again, that's the learning part. And I'm so ever grateful for that. And it really enhanced and really made us not only Coffee with Joy, but made us a future syndicated talk show. So now what you're going to see is I spoke to many guests as we talked about building up our health, building fitness, building wealth, and even talking to my guest Shelby, who even thought about doing weight loss surgery. I spoke to my guest Joy, who started who started a 5K for plus size women, and really some women never thought they would be able to do it. Even talking to Coach Robert, who wants to make sure that women and men get the benefits of not just going to the gym but doing work within the home, because there's so much things you can do. So I was so honored just to have these guests talking to me and be able to share just a little bit what they do, because hey, I'm not a fitness guru, but borderline, right? I'm a borderline fitness. So just to have these people implore and really share their information with you all is so grand. It's so great just to hear. And keep in mind that Coffee with Joy was taken off. The technology was running swift, and we cannot and will not. Of course, always the denominator to all this was God. We made sure that we had everything implemented in place, but we thank God for every show running smoothly. There was no hiccups, and all our guests was willing to really share all the information that they have for us. So what you're going to see is a plethora of people who had so much information to say about fitness, health, what to eat, and even contemplating certain things that one may not. So take a look. You said the machine that you guys use. What was that you all used to determine
So the
like the how?
Evo 360, it does body composition. So it's gonna
Okay.
tell us like what's your muscle breakdown, what's your fat breakdown. It's gonna tell me about your metabolic rate, how much calories you should eat based on your goals. It
Okay.
even talks. It gives a lot of data. I mean, it also talks about like any imbalances in your body and stuff like that. How much
People going.
Yeah, well, it doesn't keep you going. You only
Not
think that it
investment, but they want
keeps
to get
you.
it. They stop in the circle. Should be the perimeter.
Let me talk about two forms of sugar first. I'm going to talk about the one that nukes your liver. You get fatty liver,
Mm.
and it's the most awful kind of sugar you could ever put in your body, and you'd be amazed at how many products it's in. That's high fructose.
Continue to meal prep, and what do you find about meal prepping that you're able to change things around?
So meal prepping to me, first, mentally, I have to take it as me not doing a diet, but me
Yeah.
just trying out new ways of eating.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mentally set in my head first, and like I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. I stick to like all sugar-free things, just to give you an
Okay.
idea.
from the gym to work, you got to shower, get your clothes on, still get to work. So you're talking about
Right.
easy an hour and a half versus
Yeah.
working out at home. Wake up, throw your clothes on, get your workout in 30 minutes, hour, however long you want to make it, shower, and then you're done. So
Phenomenal.
it's
Oh,
a
I'm sorry.
money saver and it's a time saver.
but I did it out of sheer necessity. I wanted to make sure that I was able to maintain my physique to some level and stay fit. So at home bodyweight workouts. And on top of that, as I got older, I didn't want to keep throwing around the weights. So I say as I got older, most people won't guess, but I will be 42 in October.
Make it happen after the pandemic?
Girl, that's a good question. I don't know. Can I be honest? I don't know, but I'm thankful, right? I'm thankful. Right. I think we set a great foundation, to be very honest, prior to the pandemic. I mean, when we told people we were coming back from in 2023, rather, I had so many messages from people that were like, thank God, I was waiting. You know, I signed up before the pandemic. I saw it the year before you all did it. And I was excited to do it in 2020 actually. And then the pandemic happened and I was brokenhearted. So I got so many of those messages. So I think that's what it was. I don't know.
Just say, you know what, Shelby, just get the weight loss surgery. Why don't you just go that route? Why not just take the GPS and just go shorter? But have anyone ever told you that and you're just like, that's not the route I want to go? So, and if so, why not?
Okay. I actually tried to go that route. I did. Okay. I wanted to. I wanted a surgery so bad. Because I'm just like, I just want results now. I want it now.
Right.
And I was working to get it, and it kind of just lined up perfectly to where, like, I had like a lapse in insurance, some crazy miraculous coincidence. And during that time, God kind of sat with me and he said, I know what you want, and that might be okay for other people, but that's not okay for you. You need to do this, and I am taking you through.
So there you have it. It's so great just to hear from people who are sharing their journey, as well as entrepreneurs who are trainers in certain areas. So it's so great. So now on to my next set of guests. Of course, these set of guests are entrepreneurs. As you all know, putting together a team is very hard. Having the work ethics, making sure people stay on board, making sure that people see the vision that you have. So a lot of my guests here dealt with some of those things and really trying to stay focused, because we know definitely after the pandemic, some things kind of shift. So really trying to hold the business together and even resurrecting your business after the pandemic is somewhat kind of shaky. So these guests that you will see coming up, they share many things as far as what they had to deal with customers, what they had to deal with, their own trainers, as well as their clients, as well as their own employees. So we're going to hear from a spectrum of different people as we share the entrepreneur in these people. Let's take a look. How many women do you receive each year, as you know, of course, minus the pandemic, right? But how many on average, since this is your 9th year, what's your average number that you receive of each woman coming into Diva Movement?
So right now, to be honest, we don't have a roster. The roster that we have are just a roster of supporters. And so that's going into, we're celebrating 9 years of serving in the community, backing us. And so when I say Diva Movement, it is just that. It's a movement.
So when I approach people, I pretty much know what your work ethic is. I have worked with you in some capacity. So I know what it is that you do. I know how you handle yourself. I know what your work ethics are. So I have vetted you before I even approached you. I don't approach people not knowing who they are and what they do and offer them a position in anything that I do, because you don't know what you're going to get. I did that once, actually.
Pay attention to them. What is like your number one thing that you know that they really like about what you're doing? As you know, as you're going through your, I guess, like mental inventory that your customers are zoning in on.
Like, again, I say it's the dresses and the way that I ship. I try to ship things so that when they open it, it's not just opening an order. It's an experience. I pride myself on how the clothes smell, because if you've ever been in a thrift store, what's the first thing you notice? It's the smell. It's all the different body odors or whatever in these clothing. And so I love for the clothes to smell fresh and clean. And I personally wrap each individual piece with scented dryer sheets. I send them for their first wash, scented beads to add to their laundry. I want it to be an experience so that they will continue to come back. Sometimes I think my customers reorder just based off of how good their clothes.
What is the artistic work that you bring out of the plus size model that you shoot with?
So I'm at a point now where I really want to create more of the things that you don't see with plus size models. So like I do some work with metallic body paint, and I'm leaning into body. And I know, like, you know, everybody, it's nude stuff is not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. But I do believe that the body is a work of art, you know, and I want to move away from only showcasing what is deemed as perfect body.
Artists like pop, R&B. I'm not necessarily saying I exactly have to fight, but it is more competition, you know. But also being in Seattle, it's not like an overpopulated competition. It's just, I would say more of like, it's not like we're doing LA numbers in the sense of that we're all competing to do the exact same
with your clients in order to retain them throughout. Not only say for, I'm gonna say for years, you know, retain them.
So that's a great question. One of the things that one of the reasons why we have clients, and we have clients who love us, who stick with us and always return, is because we are this is not just a business for us. You know, God gave me the vision, so God ordained everything, and we are people's persons. We are people's persons. Is that correct term? I don't know if I'm making up the word, but we are people's people. Okay. We love people. And the thing is, one of my biggest things is anything done with passion is going to be like
you motivated in this path to seeing your true passion to the end.
What keeps me motivated? I would say my customers, they would give me these ideas, and if I've never done it, I want to do it. So that keeps me motivated. Like new, fresh ideas, new creations. Yeah, I feel like.
How do you delegate those positions?
Yeah, so I have a great team, and I've had a great team over the years. You know, people have come and go and whatnot, but it's a great team, and I try to utilize people's strengths. You know, so when somebody comes onto the team, you know, I will ask them, you know, well, what are your strengths? What do you want to work? Because I don't want to put somebody in a position that does not work well for them, you know. So I have model coordinator, I have my fashion director, you know, I am tatted on my back. Well, I don't got no tattoos, but you know what I'm saying? Just imagine if I had a tat, it would say PK on the back.
Wow. Now, being a pastor's kid, now, were you ever afraid, even though you was like, hey, I am the pastor's child and I can't jump that fence?
You know what is crazy is my parents are very liberal Christians. You know what I mean? So it was a couple of things where they were kind of strict on, but for the most part, they were pretty open. And even when we started doing sketch comedy in the church, myself and Kevin, my dad was always open to it. He was.
So there you have. We know entrepreneurship is not as easy as one may think. All my guests had some type of ladder they had to climb. So after these messages, we're going to listen to content creators. We know we are in the content digital world. So after these messages, we're going to listen to a few and go over and see how they're operating in the content world. Latest news, today's news, current news, gossip news, you name it. I am your host with Coffee with Joy as I share any up-to-date news that's taking place around the world. But if you would like to check it out, please make sure you go to my YouTube channel, Coffee with Joy, where I share the latest topic. I am your host with Coffee with Joy with today's topic. Welcome back to Coffee with Joy. So now we're going to listen to a few of my guests who they're in the world of content. Either that's fashion, either that's cooking, or even planning their next, even planning their wedding. So as we talking about content, we're talking about from a demographic of how you utilize and how you influence people. What are the simple things as we talk about jewelry? And of course, you know, my statement pieces, right? We have some of our guests who are stylists. They're able to talk to their excuse me, who are able to talk to their client and really build up a new person externally. So you're going to hear from a wide range of different people on how they utilize social media into building their business and really drive their business in the content digital world. So let's take a look. The nervousness.
The nervousness is when you walk out there and you looking at the end of the runway and the lights are on you and you your mind is going so many places. Like, I don't trip. Make sure you get all the way to the end of the runway. Get your whole time out there. You know, use your time and just like walk like the rent is due.
Let us know, Lakia.
So yeah, so I do have a consultation where I do talk to my clients and we discuss their vision and what they would like. We also discuss, where they're at and what they have, because a lot of times, sometimes clients, I feel like when they see something, they get so excited and they don't realize the things that they need to have in place. So I get to know, like, okay, where are you at in your business? Do you have a logo? Do you have a...
So what is your cutoff line to say, okay, this is the dress, I'm going to say yes to this dress? What is your date that you're giving you or a roundabout?
I'm giving myself to June 1st at the absolute latest. The lady that we met with when I did go to New York and do a little bit of shopping, she shared with me that their dresses take a year to make. So I really probably need to be moving towards May because I plan to get married Memorial Day weekend in 2024. So I really need to lock down stuff basically by May or June.
And when you say, well, what's your number size? And they're like, oh, I'm a 10. It just so happened that I remember the producer and the executive producer were right on set. And we kind of had to scramble. We never sweat, but we did scramble. And we got what we needed. And a lot of times, a lot of my makeover people are now my Facebook friends. So to see them evolve, where they were, I had a young lady that was so nervous she threw up in the fitting room. We took a break, went and got a slice of cheese pizza and got her a Diet Coke, and then we went back and tried on stuff. To see her now, she's married, she has a dog, she wears color now because she never did before.
Those accents with like little accessories, whether that be your earrings or a purse or whatever you choose to wear. So yeah, I'm a fan.
Oh, I'm a big fan of accessories, of course. Can't you tell people? Definitely one of my favorite pieces. So yes, I have over 100 pairs. I love my glasses. I'm trying to make sure I'm running in this whole, I'm trying to tell myself, I'm trying to make sure I don't duplicate my glasses, but some are just very universal pieces, but definitely.
Absolutely. That first part of that question is that I have done editorial. I have worked with some major brands like Lane Bryant, Red Dolls, and a few other brands as well. So not just with the fashion sides, also with the undergarments, with the shapewear and the bras and all that good stuff that we need as plus women to make sure that we, that we holding tight and everything in place, But me as a woman, I live in Arizona, so it get hot out here. So the undergarment, I'm kind of fluctuating with that sometimes, where I'm like, I want to be comfortable,
stay in that bubble.
Well, part of it is fear, and then the other side of it is society. Well, somebody somewhere along the way has said, "Oh, you're over 50. You shouldn't be wearing that. You're too old for that." Wow, really? Who said that? So I think it's time to, start knocking down those ideals and rebuilding them with, what? This is our time to shine. This is when we can get out there and no more hiding in the corners. This is...
Especially my pearls. I don't wear hoops. I don't think the hoops really go well with me. So I'm more of a stud. Like literally, I probably have like over 500 pieces of studs. So
that's the opposite for me. I'm hoops. I have like
hoops are just something I just go to. You're rarely gonna ever see me in studs. I'm in a pair of hoops all the time.
Call me Study, because that's what a sister. I mean, I got bigger ones, small ones, you name it. I have the teeniest to the largest one that my ear can hold. But I'm a stud girl. So, like, where do you get your accessories from? Because I do love the gold hoops. Now, I'll wear them for a fashion show or if I'm taking pictures. But for me, everyday wear, it's these girls
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
So, where do you get your accessories from?
I have a little bit of everything. So I'm the type of girl who I'll go into a store and I will just go to their accessory section just to see what they have. Like even the hoops I have on now, these are Shein.
Yeah.
Amazon
Okay.
is
Where has it taken you?
Oh, great question. It's taken me places that I honestly never thought would be possible. I mean, I've traveled all over the country, being able to partner with other chefs. I've been able to work with different brands. Just to name a few, I've worked with Hexclad. I've worked with Maria Seasonings. Badia Seasonings. I've worked with King Arthur Baking. Currently in works with Walmart right now, and these are just opportunities that if I've never even took the chance.
Place, and of course we didn't place a video here, but definitely if you look on her Sonia's page, you would definitely see the different artwork. So how did you come up with the different inspo? Because again, that's part of being the beauty of a woman, to really not only take care of your internal but take care of the external, you know.
Yeah, so my nails are playing right now, but design is coming.
Yes.
So I grew up loving art. I used to draw. Everybody in my family draws or paints, or just they're very artistic. I come from an artistic family, and as I got older, I stopped drawing, but I still loved art. I still love design. I still love architecture and all of that. So with my nails, like that is such a big part of like my personality. And so if I'm not drawing the art, I might as well pay somebody to put it on my nails.
People, keep in mind, if you're ever thinking about doing anything with content, you heard it from my guests. They've taken their business and really utilized the digital world. So after these messages, we're going to listen to a few thank yous. The nervous after these messages.
The nervousness.
The nervousness.
The nervousness.
It's okay. So we're going to listen. So after these messages, after we're going to listen to Chucks and Coffee, we're going to come back and we're going to listen for a few, just a couple of thank yous.
I've been standing on the outside, looking in, now it's my time. You can tell them that I'm coming for them. God sent me, ain't no turnaround. And I ain't leaving unless I'm bringing back a sword with me. Like I'm pulling spirits out the ground. I done seen enough to be a witness. And let me show you how I'm living now. And you can tell them that I'm coming. And you can tell them that you ought to know by now the streets ain't really loyal to you.
As y'all know, Chucks and Coffee Get Back is out. Please make sure that you get your tickets. Get your tickets before they go on sale. Sales end on October 14th. So we definitely look forward to seeing you in the place, and keep in mind part of your proceeds will definitely help a few of our sponsor, the Diva Movement Association. So now, as you all know, you all did not get to see these parts, because after all the show, when the show is over, I always ask my guests, tell me what do you think about the show? And they always shared their highlight. Of course, due to our time, I did not want to showcase everyone, but we'll showcase in the future. But we did select a few people who share how can Coffee with Joy get better, and or they just wanted to tell us thank you. And before we go to the thank you, I just want to say publicly thank you to my team, Denise and Tony. You all don't get to see them. They're in the background. And of course, I wanted to open with that, but I am so ever grateful, because without them, it wouldn't be Coffee with Joy, right? They put together this whole aesthetics. We meet constantly. They put the graphics together. And I know I get on their nerves. I know especially Denise, she makes sure everything's together. Tony just follows suit and making sure that everything's together. So we each have our own place. So we're learning to gel. So I thank God for that. And I really, truly believe when you believe in yourself and really ask God how to move what you're doing, he's going to provide. And believe it or not, it's right there. You already have everything that you need. So publicly, privately, Denise and Tony, thank you. Woo! So thank you, my team. You all don't get to see them, but now I'm just going to have a few clips of a few of our guests that you all did not see behind the scenes that we asked if we can record them. So take a look and hear for yourself and utilize it as we move forward in the future.
I like it. I think it's really fun. It's cute. I mean, it's upbeat. I like that you take your commercial breaks. I was like, oh, I thought it was going to be a longer one this time. So I was like, let me fix my eye makeup. But I was like, oh, they on. I thought it was cute. Work on different taglines for the closing. Because then that way you can kind of figure out like which ones will be like good for you. And then I feel like that'll do, you'll have different taglines for either different seasons or different things like that. But everything else is cute. I love the song.
You better keep me right in the pocket, because I know you're gonna be doing great things. You better not forget about me.
Oh yeah, I won't, of course, because I'm telling you, the way that me and God conversation set up, I promise you. You're probably like, oh, that's that joy again. You right, Father. You right. Because this is relationship. Every day I'm calling, Lord.
That's
how coffee with Joy should go.
Yep. And
all
you have
the time.
to. You have to, because we'll have moments. We will have moments where we go blank. And that's why he wants us completely dependent, because he needs you come to him every day. And I got a fresh idea for you.
I love it. Constantly.
I love it.
Thank you so much. So what are your thoughts? Of course, you can say anything. I'm always so grateful just to hear the testimonial. So now that
but honestly, I love it. I'm sorry. Like, I know you wanted to give honest feedback, and I don't want it to sound cliche, but I really loved it. On top of that, I think you do a great job of, of doing the whole piggyback, and asking good questions. And I think as long as, you continue with quality questions, you're going to get quality answers, so I think that's important. So quality questions is good. And then, you also gave me time to
yes, such a great show. Oh, wow. Thank you for staying on.
Of course. No problem.
So, like we stated before, this will be recorded because I will be using this in the future. But thank you. So what is your take? What is your opinion, about the show? Whatever you say, we definitely take it as a grain of salt, put it in our TSA bag, and we'll definitely utilize it for the future. So.
No, this was lovely. Everyone has been so kind, so sweet. I thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed my stay on the show. I love the interview. The questions that you asked were great. I feel like it was a fun time, and you have such a great energy. You really do. So yeah.
Thank you. Moving forward. So I say thank you publicly, privately, again and again. Thank you. So what was your thoughts about this show?
You know what? The only thing I'll just tell you to do is keep going. That's it. Don't stop.
Thank you, my love.
Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. No matter what, you just keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That's the genius. To never give up.
That's it. And there you have it, people. And I take that. Keep going. And not only for me, it's for you. Keep going. So whatever that you're doing, just keep going. No matter what, the road is not going to always be straight. It's going to be crooked. It's going to be choppy. It's going to be filled with water. It's going to be dry. But keep going. I don't only say that to myself, but I say that to you. Keep going. It's just that simple. But again, have God on your side. But no matter what, believe in you. Despite life's issues, keep going. So thank you all so much. Season 2 has been great. Yay! Season 2. Season 2 has been phenomenal. It has been ups and downs, round and round. I am so overjoyed and so elated with my guests who decide to come from the East, West Coast, North, South to be on Coffee with Joy. As you all know, I will be a syndicated talk show host / podcast. So as always and forevermore, yes, thank you, team. Always, see, they understand me, right? Understand me. So if you're looking to be on with Coffee with Joy, please make sure that you reach out to Coffee with Joy across all social media. Of course, you could get in my DM. You can email me. My assistant would definitely reach out to you. And please, we're always looking for a great story because we're here to normalize the difficult conversations within our community, whether you're in no matter what continent, no matter what city, no matter what state or country, we're here to normalize the difficult conversation. No conversation is too small or too big that no one cannot conquer. So again, thank you all for whoever had showed up to watch Coffee with Joy. Yes. Give yourself a round of applause because without you, it wouldn't be Coffee with Joy. Without you watching us from your digital device or your television, it wouldn't be Coffee with Joy. So I say thank you to you all. So at the end of the day, as always, I cannot have done this without much prayer, much believing in myself, and just telling myself, keep going. It's almost like watching Nemo with Dora. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. So you have to have these kid mentalities to tell yourself to keep going. Because when you're by yourself and you can't call nobody, you can't ask someone for help. It's just you, yourself, I, and God. You have to fight yourself over those doubts, over those fears, over those unwanted things that try to come in and stop you. So I couldn't have done this alone, and I don't want to do this alone. So of course, I'm always in the business of recruiting, but making sure that you have the vision that is for Coffee with Joy. So again, I'm very accessible through any email, through DM. So please do reach out. As you all know, this is Coffee with Joy. Let's give it up one more time, team. Season 2. Yes, 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 yes. Season 3 is going to be phenomenal. Season 3 is going to be excellent. My team and I, again, I love them. I get on their nerves, but hey, if I don't, who will, right? Who will? So stay tuned for season 3 as it comes up next month. As you all will see, so many great things that's taking place. We already have such a great lineup. So many people who have already asked to be on Coffee with Joy, but again, it doesn't stop you. If you like to, you have a great story to tell, we are here. And as you all know, this is Coffee with Joy. But before we go, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow Coffee with Joy, for we have done tremendous things. And as you know, we're up for an award November 4th with the Full Figure Industry Awards. That is coming up in New York City, people. Yes, we are up for an award. So pray to God that we get that award. As well as if you would like to patronize Coffee with Joy, you see that I have my Cash App as well as my PayPal. No amount is never too small. So please do what you do. And keep in mind, get your tickets for Chucks and Coffee Give Back. And as you all know, this has been such a great season. Again, I don't want to leave without giving everyone a clap, just saying thank you, thank you. Thank you to my team. Thank you to God. Thank you to my guests. Thank you to my goddaughter, who's just been so great at just like, hey, you doing a talk show? I said, yes. So she was like, shh. I was like, don't worry, hon, you're good. But she's done phenomenal. She's not here, but when she see this in the future, she would know. But as always, if it's a weekday, it is Coffee with Joy. Until then, have a blessed day and see you in season 3. Woo! Good night, everybody. Yes.